my team shared with me some one of your thoughts around schooling and how kids are or kids.
Young adults, what do we call them?
Yeah. I know. Like, I can't believe I just said kids. Am I that old now? I'm that person.
Yep, you're that person now.
I used to hate those people. Oh
I know. We are those people. It's hilarious.
I'm super embarrassed. Yeah, you had this really insightful thought. Can you kind of share a little bit more about that sort of college, university experience?
I know what you're talking about. So this is based on my daughter, number 2. She's 18, and she's finishing up her senior year in high school. And my husband and I never really thought a 4-year college was the right thing for her. And we don't push our kids one way or another, right? We'll support them in what they want to do. And we are in a college prep town. My oldest is in her second year of university. Well, all my friends are going. Well, I don't want to live at home. I want to go, live with my friends. Well, you could go to a tech school. You could go to this or whatever. I'd still have to live at home. I can't afford an apartment, whatever. And I thought about that. I was like, what if she had the opportunity? So she could go work somewhere and they provide housing. They provide her the experience she's looking for while she's learning. Maybe she's learning about the job. She's not taking a class she doesn't need. She doesn't need an English class. She's not going to do anything with it. She doesn't need one more math class. As long as she can figure out the percentage on a sales rack, she's good. And I'm not downplaying those that do need that. My older daughter's in all that, but she just wants that experience to be on her own. And I thought about it too. And I thought, well, I've thought about it more since I made this comment in Vegas. Well, who's responsible for that? The OEMs or the people that need this workforce? Not necessarily. I'm going to pay for her anyway to go to school and live in the dorms and get that experience. And more than likely, she'll make it a year. If she does more, great. If she doesn't, great. We'll figure it out. But I'm going to pay for that dorm. So then I was thinking, so what if it was sort of like a partnership or an agreement? Like, we're going to offer your child, here's a safe place, here's a dorm, here's food, on-the-job training, maybe some life skills. They don't want to listen to us so much. Maybe there's something wrapped around in there. And maybe I'm paying for her dorm because I would have done it anyway. And then there's kids that can't afford it. Fine. Then you figure out scholarships or programs, that it's kind of leveled up. But I was thinking there's a way maybe tech schools have to offer or should offer dorms. I have a friend whose son is at a tech school. They offer no dorms. It's not near his home, so that they found, an elderly woman who was looking to rent a room. So he lives with this 80-year-old woman. He takes care of all the snow and anything she needs. And that's great. They found that, but not everyone's going to find that. And he lives with an 80-year-old woman. He's not living with people his age. He's not getting to know the kids in the program or anything. So I think there's something we could do about that.
I definitely think there's something. As soon as I heard that, I hadn't really thought about this in the past. And up in Canada, we have university and college. And I went to college before I went to university, and it was a totally different experience. There's a lot of things that I really loved. But, going to college, it was kind of like, why aren't you going to university, right? Like, there's a lot of, I could feel it. I could feel people thinking, and probably saying it, like,
whether they're judging you or not, you felt like they were?
I felt like they were, yeah, whether they were or weren't, right? And then, the part that made it feel like just that little extra bit of depressing was it wasn't the same experience. So I did have a really great experience, but I was watching, friends go to university, and they were staying in dorms, whereas I was renting, a room in a house.
Yeah.
The dorm wasn't available. It was, it's like, I kind of would have liked to do that. I missed out on that experience. Now then I went to university and I got it. But I think you're hitting on something here that many of us may not be thinking about.
I don't think it would be as hard. It's some sort of, even if it was a partnership with a tech school, and a couple OEMs got together in one area. So where we are, really close to us, is Komatsu Mining and Case and Manitowoc and there's a whole bunch more, right? So what if they worked together with some sort of tech school and said, listen, we'll invest some money in this. Maybe there's some general classes. They get some branding. They get first pick at graduates or, or whatever it is. And then kids can choose. And then if they sign with an OEM, then that OEM could take over the cost of getting, then that kid has to stay, young adult, has to stay there, commit for a year or two of employment, whatever. I think there's other ways we could do this if we just thought differently.